I would guess that probably 90+% of work that you would do with a counselor or therapist would somehow fall under the heading of cognitive distortions and irrational beliefs. It is the majority of what counselors and therapists do or try to do. They're usually not terribly successful. Usually people end up coping instead of truly changing or healing. But I want you to heal and not have to deal with that for the rest of your life. But it's not always that simple. I remember when Hope and I got married and had really severe marriage problems right off. She kicked me out of the house, almost got divorced. And we started doing some counseling and therapy. Some of the counseling and therapy we did, and some of the one that was most helpful to us, was just giving us instructions and information that we didn't know. One example is when I would drive, Hope would just really be on edge, and especially coming up behind another car that was like stopped at a red light or something. I mean, she would be pushing on the floorboard like she had a breakdown there, and she would be, and sometimes you'd say, Alex, and it just always mystified me because every time I thought, I've got plenty of room to stop. I'm not even in danger of running into the back of that car or having a wreck. Well, then I learned in counseling and therapy that men and women have different depth perception. And so what seems a reasonable distance to stop for a man seems too short and fast for a woman typically, and vice versa, because of the way we're physically and mentally wired. Okay, well, that was very helpful. And I was able to start considering, okay, she sees this differently, so I'll start stopping further back, sometimes not. And she was able to see, well, he's probably not going to have a wreck. It's probably just the way I see it. But the way he sees it, he's fine. And it really helped both of us. Well, I think there's some of both in this program that we're starting together today. There's some that, okay, these are just the way it works. This is just information and instruction. So if you're doing this, you can know, I shouldn't be doing that. Well, I didn't know I shouldn't be doing that. I grew up doing that. Everybody in my family does that. And then you can start doing it in a positive, helpful way. All right? But some other things you're not going to be able to change because you've got heart issues about that. You have memories that are pulling your fire alarm, fight or flight stress switch every time that memory is reactivated. So you're going to actually have to heal some memories in order to be able to do it the rational way and not living in a distorted life by the way you're seeing reality. You're really not seeing reality. You're seeing another version that's not really even true, and you're living that way rather than the way that's based on the truth. So I think it's going to be both. As I was preparing for this workshop, I found that in order to do this completely the very best way, I needed to develop a custom procedure for every one of the cognitive distortions and irrational beliefs. And there are 11 of them, okay? So as we go through this there's going to be 11 custom healing procedures for the 11 irrational beliefs and cognitive distortions. What I would recommend is that as you go through these, you identify the ones that you feel apply to you, and then I would get someone who will tell you the truth even if it hurts, and ask them to identify the ones that they think apply to you, and then I would compare those. I would also make a video of you talking about the biggest problems in your life, and then also write out the biggest problems in your life, and then go through the video and the writing to determine, okay, which of these cognitive distortions and irrational beliefs am I doing in my life? Which one, in other words, which ones do I need to heal, to fix, to change from, to now know the information that that's destructive, not constructive, and start doing the constructive, if I can't do that, to heal what's blocking me from doing it. Okay?